Welcome back into another Dragon Ball Super Card Game video, and today I'm going to answer all of your burning questions about the newest set coming out in September regarding Zenkai energy, the battle cards, and everything else. Maybe not all of them, but basically none other than David Fashbinder on Facebook in the discussion group pretty much said, hey, go ahead and ask any of the questions that you may have, and I picked out of the 200 or so comments pretty much all the ones that I thought were important, because apparently it's okay to steal nowadays. Either way, if I didn't cover it in this video, go ahead and place your question in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back and do a part 2 of this video as well. And I've been doing this for a good amount of time, since like set 4 or 5, as far as rulings and questions that should be answered. So if you like this and you're not subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Make sure to like the video and share it to anyone else in case you like the actual information. All right, first question is that none other than Frisco Foss, the OG. He asks if the energy or the Z energy specified as a color when paying for a cost. For example, does this card cost 2 red energy, as in the 2 at the top left, and then 3 of any Z energy? And I can answer this one. Basically, you can pay the specified cost, which is just a normal energy cost, but any of the Z energy is just colored for the card. I'm pretty sure they just designed it that way, and it can be any color of that Z energy. So you can have multicolored cards in your Z energy, have 3 of any of them, and pay for that cost. Next one, Ernest Damien, Mr. King Piccolo? Top with King Piccolo, let's do the cards in the Z deck count towards the main deck total, or is it like Yu-Gi-Oh, like an extra deck? And I also can answer this one, but the answer is it's a separate area. Basically, you can have up to 7 of those Z cards, so Z leader, Z battle cards, Z whatever, and we'll get to the number of them or whatever later on, or I should say the max number. But it is separate from your main deck total as a separate area, and it is kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, extra deck, just without the limit. Chris Anderson from TCG Metals, if your opponent uses the effect of hit battlefield manipulator to flip your leader face down while you are Z awakened, what happens? That's a good question, but because the Z leader doesn't have a front or back, it's just a Z leader, nothing happens. So you can pay the 2 energy for hit, but nothing happens afterwards. All right, Eric from the Hill Twins asks one question: can I Z awaken multiple times per turn? Because there's no limit 1 on the cards. Yeah, good question. And the second question is that Z battle cards can be included in your main or in your 50 to 60 main deck, correct? So can you only play a combination 7 leaders and battle cards in the Z deck, basically? I think I read that wrong, or at least worded it wrong. But the answer is basically your leader won't be on its backside to Z awaken if you're already Z awakened. So obviously if you Z awaken, you can't do it again. But if your leader returns back to the backside in the same turn and you meet the requirements of cost, you should be able to do it again. So if you have like Gotenks or the Goku, the draft box one, or the promo one, you can just pay the 3 each time, as long as you are meeting the conditions and basically unawaken, go back to your backside, and then Z awaken afterwards. And then the second answer is that, yeah, the Z cards can only be in the Z deck. So Z battle cards, Z leader cards. I'm not sure if there's any other Z cards. Maybe Z unisons, who knows? Marcus Cantarsi, of course, if a Z leader's power drops to 0, is it destroyed? And that is no. It's the same rules as a leader card, and that probably applies to any other leader cards that you may use or may have effects used against that leader card. I would just reference the rule book for that one. Dashi asks, does Z energy have an orientation, or is it just a pile because of things like robotic riposte? That's a good question. I think it's separate from actual energy, but we'll get to that. If you combo a card that comes into play after a battle, can I choose it to put in the Z energy, or does it have to come into play? And is the Z deck face up or public knowledge to the opponent? So for the first question, it is pretty much just a pile, like an area. So just like how your deck is an area or a pile, it's the same way for your Z deck. It's just there, but it is faced up and it can't be rested. So Z energy is separate from your actual energy. For the second question, I think that's going to be updated in the general rules, or at least the rule book. And the third question, the Z deck is basically face down all the time. It is only public to you and you can look through it at any time. The opponent can't, and it's not face up. And in reference to that, man, I'm not gonna butcher your name, but Mr. B, can you review your Z deck during the game, or is it a hidden area? And when you play a Z battle card, can you pick it from the Z deck, or must it be the first one from the pile? The second one seems odd, but that's how it's shown in the rule, whatever. But you can look through your Z deck at any time, and you can actually just shuffle and rearrange your Z deck at any time as well. And that's what we were told at the Comic-Con by the developers. So there you go. Jimmy Bacon from Hermit Style. Will cards with autos that trigger off Awaken, like Super Saiyan 4 Goku Heartfelt Plea, also work with Z Awaken, or Z Awaken considered to be an entirely different skill from a normal Awaken? But it is treated as an Awaken skill. So something like, from what I understand, which I think it's going to be updated in the general rules as well, it is just like an EX Evolve, just like EX Evolve is just like an Evolve. So Z Awaken is just like Awakening, and that is just another like Awaken, but not the same thing as Awaken. I think we're gonna go through that in another question. Joel asks if my leader card puts a restriction on the type of cards that I can conclude in my deck. Does it affect also my Z deck? this wording example is announcers. Announcer says you can only have world tournament cards in your deck. The answer is yes, which makes sense because your Z deck and Z energy, all that other stuff, the new area is a part of your deck, just a separate area. So when you're including into your deck, it is including it, just not towards the count. When reducing costs or specified costs, will this affect Z battle cards in the Z area if no area is specified? Asked by Jose. He said yes. Z battle cards are considered battle cards, so yeah, you can reduce his costs if you're really good. Alexander, best of 3 matches, will you be able to side in and out Z cards just like how you do your main deck, or are you locked into the 7 when you chose in the match? It's only the 7, so up to 7 you can only have those 7 at any point. I'm gonna pause it right there. So in case you aren't already on Facebook, I'm actually giving away a whole entire playset of these Vegetas. In case you didn't remember, they are really good. If you don't get your hands on these are pretty much staples. If you don't play a Z deck, or if you don't know what to put in, these are going to be the ones. All you have to do is go to our Facebook in the description below, post, or at least comment on the post that has the giveaway, which is going to be the one that has obviously the giveaway and the Vegetas. I'll link it in the description below, but all you have to do is comment below and follow us on the page and you're in. All right, anyway, back at it. Tanja, how long will the Z leader stay? Can I or the opponent remove my Z leader? Can I have more than one Z leader in my Z deck? Yes, so forever until something removes it. So like Goten's, if you use the activate battle, it will be removed after you do that. It is a no, and don't forget it gets removed from the game. So no, they can't remove it because it's just like a leader card. And can I have more than one Z leader in my deck? And yes, so you can do that effect or do the Z leader effects as many times as you want, as long as you meet the conditions. Is there a counter window 1 and 2 when you play this view battle card? And it's just window 1. And this is because when you play stuff from your deck, or your Z deck, I should say, that is a battle card, it is just like playing from your hand. You're not playing any skills unless it says specifically that it's playing with a skill. But from what I've seen from all the Z battle cards that I've seen so far, they basically are just being paid for the energy cost, and it's only that one window. Greg asks, can you charge more than one Z energy per turn? And yes, that is correct. So basically, as many times there is a battle, that is as many times as you can combo, and then as many times you can put one in that combo area into the Z energy. Nathan asks, can you put tokens into the Z energy after a combo? And that's a no. I mean, this is in the rule book, unfortunately, where when tokens leave the battle or combo area, they are removed from the game, and that automatically happens. So that just happens just based on game mechanics. And getting to the last couple, or last one, I don't remember. Can Successor work with a Z battle card since it isn't being sent to the drop? And that is a no, simply because when you read Successor, it is an activate mains keyword where you choose any number of the model, green, whatever, in the battle area whose energy costs add up to the card, and you place those cards into the drop area to play the card with Successor. So here's the thing. No, yeah, because it's not being sent to the drop. Just like how tokens are, it gets immediately removed from the game as soon as you remove it from the battle area. And there you go. You can't use Assessor. Here's the last one that recently just got updated. What happens if you use Trunks God Sealing against a Z card? So like a Z battle card that doesn't have deflect, and if you notice, a lot of them do. It gets removed from the game. So anytime that you God Seal a battle card, it gets removed from the game. All right, I hope that was helpful. That was a good amount of questions, but like I said, go ahead and put your questions in the comments below, and I will make a part 2, and hopefully I can get all those questions that already haven't been answered, and then I'll make a second part for you guys. Either way, subscribe if you're new, like, dislike, all the other stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.